You probably remember a time when you could wake up full of energy without coffee, without aches, and without that midday crash that seems to come out of nowhere. But somewhere along the way, that spark faded. Maybe you chalked it up to getting older, to just accepting that this is how things are now. But what if I told you that deep inside your cells, you have tiny power plants that determine how young or old your body actually feels, and that you can literally grow new ones? Science now shows that a few everyday foods can switch your cells back on, recharging your energy, your muscles, even your independence. And best of all, they're probably sitting in your kitchen right now. So, let's explore what these foods are, how they work, and why the newest human studies are proving it is possible to make new mitochondria the engines of life itself. Think back to when you were younger. Remember how you could move through your day without thinking about it? You'd climb stairs, carry groceries, play with kids or grandkids, and still have energy left over for an evening walk or a hobby you loved. That wasn't magic. That was your mitochondria working at full capacity. These microscopic structures are inside every single cell in your body, and they're the reason you have the energy to do anything at all. Think of them as cellular batteries, little power plants churning out the fuel your muscles, your brain, your heart, everything needs to function. When those batteries are fresh, just like brand new batteries in a flashlight, they hold a charge beautifully. They deliver steady, reliable power. But as we age, just like batteries that have been used over and over, they start to wear down. The light dims, the power fades. And that's exactly what happens inside your body. Old mitochondria that aren't working well begin to pile up. And when that happens, your body struggles to generate the energy it needs. You feel it as fatigue. You feel it as weakness. You feel it when you can't quite do the things you used to do without even thinking about it. Here's the truth that researchers are now understanding more clearly than ever before. This decline in mitochondrial health isn't just about feeling tired. It's one of the underlying causes of muscle weakness, of that sense of fragility that can creep in as the years go by. And it may even be connected to a growing number of age-related conditions. Because when your cells can't produce energy efficiently, everything downstream suffers. But here's where it gets exciting. And I mean genuinely hopeful. Your body already knows how to replace those old batteries. It has a built-in system designed to clean out the worn-out mitochondria and make room for new, healthy ones. It just needs the right raw materials to do its job. And one of those materials is a natural compound called urolithin A. Now, I know that sounds like something out of a chemistry lab, but stay with me because this is one of the most fascinating discoveries in recent aging research. Urolithin A is a molecule your body can produce naturally right in your gut. It's not a drug. It's not some synthetic invention. It's something your own gut bacteria create when you eat certain foods. And what it does is remarkable. It helps your body clear away those old, broken-down mitochondria, the ones that are just taking up space and not contributing much anymore. Think of it like taking all the dead batteries out of your flashlight and tossing them out, making room for fresh ones. That's what urolithin A does at the cellular level. To prove this isn't just theory or something that works in a test tube, scientists decided to put it to the test in real people. And the results were nothing short of striking. Researchers in Switzerland at institutions known for rigorous science conducted a double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trial. They enrolled over 60 adults, all of them sedentary, meaning they weren't athletes or gym enthusiasts, just regular people between middle age and early older age who lived relatively typical, not particularly active lives. Half of them received urolithin as an oral supplement every day for several months. The other half received a placebo, something that looked the same but contained no active ingredient. When the study ended, the differences were clear and measurable. The people who took urolithin saw their muscle strength increase significantly. Let that sink in. They didn't start a new exercise program. They didn't change their diet dramatically. They simply gave their bodies the raw material to clean out old mitochondria and build new ones, and their muscles got stronger. Meanwhile, the placebo group saw no change at all. Their strength stayed exactly where it was. But it wasn't just about strength. The researchers also measured walking endurance, how far people could walk before they felt too tired to continue. The group taking urolithin improved their walking distance by a meaningful margin. Imagine a tall building laid on its side. That's roughly how much farther these people could walk without getting exhausted. That's not a trivial improvement. That's the difference between being able to walk to the park, around the grocery store, through the mall, and feeling like you can't make it. The scientists didn't stop there. They measured something called oxygen efficiency, a marker of cardiovascular fitness and endurance. And guess what? The people taking urolithin saw it improve noticeably. That means their bodies were better at taking in oxygen and using it to create energy. Their mitochondria were working more efficiently. When the researchers looked directly at mitochondrial health, the results were even more impressive. The participants taking urolithin had mitochondria that were dramatically healthier than they were at the start of the study. Out with the old, in with the new, literally at the cellular level. And there was one more finding that caught the scientists' attention. They measured C-reactive protein, or CRP, which is a marker of inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is like a slow fire burning through your tissues, wearing you down, contributing to fatigue and weakness. The people taking urolithin saw their CRP levels drop significantly. That means urolithin wasn't just helping with energy and mitochondria, it was also fighting inflammation. So where does this miracle molecule come from? You don't have to buy expensive supplements, though they do exist. Your body can make urolithin naturally if you feed it the right foods. And the first of those foods is one that's been celebrated for thousands of years, prized in ancient cultures for its beauty and its health benefits, the pomegranate. Pomegranates are packed with compounds called L-argitinins and ellagic acid. When you eat pomegranate, those compounds travel down into your gut, where your gut bacteria get to work. They transform those L-argitinins into urolithin, which then gets absorbed into your bloodstream and travels throughout your body, signaling your cells to start that cleanup process. You are not just eating a delicious fruit, you are giving your body the starter material it needs to rebuild its energy factories. Now, I'll be honest, not everyone's gut bacteria are equally good at this conversion. Some people's microbiomes are better at making urolithin than others, which is one reason why some researchers are exploring supplements. But here's the thing, eating pomegranates and other foods rich in these compounds benefits you in multiple ways, not just through urolithin A. You're also getting antioxidants, polyphenols, dietary fiber, anti-inflammatory substances that activate your body's natural health defenses. So, even if your gut isn't the most efficient urolithin factory, you're still winning. How do you incorporate pomegranate into your daily life? It's easier than you might think. If you eat yogurt in the morning, toss some pomegranate seeds on top. They add a sweet tart burst of flavor and a satisfying crunch. You can add them to salads for a pop of color and taste. You can blend them into smoothies, or you can simply eat them on their own as a snack. Fresh pomegranate juice, the kind without added sugar, is another option, though eating the whole fruit gives you more fiber and a fuller range of nutrients. But pomegranates aren't the only way to spark this cellular repair system. There's another food, one you can grab by the handful, that keeps the process going all day long. I'm talking about walnuts. Walnuts are one of nature's most concentrated sources of L-argitinins, the same compounds found in pomegranates. When you eat a handful of walnuts, you're feeding your gut bacteria the raw materials they need to manufacture urolithin A. But walnuts do even more than that. They're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly a type called ALA, which your body can convert into the more active forms of omega-3 that support brain health, heart health, and mitochondrial health. So, walnuts are a double win. They help you build new mitochondria, and they provide healthy fats that keep your cells functioning smoothly. The beauty of walnuts is their versatility. You can snack on them straight from the bag. You can chop them up and sprinkle them over oatmeal or yogurt. You can toss them into salads for extra crunch and richness. You can even blend them into smoothies for a creamy texture and a boost of nutrition. Every time you eat walnuts, you're sending a signal to your gut: make more urolithin, clean out the old mitochondria, build new ones. And if you love berries, if you look forward to berry season, or keep a bag of frozen berries in your freezer, you are in luck, because berries are the sweet, delicious side of mitochondrial medicine. Raspberries, strawberries, blackberries, they're all rich in ellagic acid, the precursor to urolithin A. They're also loaded with antioxidants, compounds that protect your cells from damage, reduce inflammation, and support overall health. When you eat a bowl of berries, you're not just enjoying a naturally sweet treat. You're delivering a concentrated dose of cellular support. Every spoonful signals your body to clean out old cells and make room for new life. Berries are one of the easiest foods to incorporate into your daily routine. Have them for breakfast with a cup of coffee or tea. Mix them into yogurt or cottage cheese. Toss them into a smoothie. Eat them plain as a midday snack or as a light dessert after dinner. If you make berries a regular part of your diet, you are not just eating for today's energy, you are programming your body to stay younger at the cellular level. Now, let's look beyond energy for a moment, because building new mitochondria is only part of staying strong as you age. Keeping your muscles alive, functional, and powerful, that's the next piece of the puzzle. And this is where another class of foods comes into play. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically the kind found in seafood. Researchers in Taiwan recently analyzed data from numerous high-quality randomized clinical trials involving thousands of older adults. They wanted to know, does eating omega-3 rich foods or taking omega-3 supplements have any measurable effect on muscle mass and muscle strength? And the answer was a resounding yes. The people who consumed the most omega-3s experienced a modest but meaningful increase in muscle mass. They also saw improvements in hand grip strength. Now you might be thinking, that doesn't sound like much, but here's why it matters. Hand grip strength isn't just about opening a jar. It's a predictor of your ability to walk smoothly and not fall, to climb stairs without losing your balance, to live independently without needing assistance. Every bit of strength, every percentage point, makes you more capable, more stable, more free. The participants in these studies also performed better on something called the chair rise test, standing up from a seated position without using your hands. That takes muscle strength and coordination. The people eating more omega-3s improved their performance noticeably. So, how do omega-3s work? They work in several ways. One of the most important is that omega-3 fatty acids lower inflammation throughout your entire body. When you're inflamed, when that slow burn is happening inside you, it affects everything. You feel weaker, you feel stiffer, your energy drains faster. Omega-3s help put out that fire. And when the inflammation subsides, you naturally feel stronger. You come out of that fog of fatigue. But omega-3s do more than just fight inflammation. They improve neuromuscular function. Your muscles don't work in isolation. They're powered by nerves, electrical signals that travel from your brain and spinal cord down to every muscle fiber. Think of nerves like the wiring in your walls that delivers electricity to a lamp. The muscle is the machine, but it needs that electrical signal to contract and produce movement. Omega-3s make that connection between nerve and muscle work better. The signal is stronger, clearer, more efficient. That means your muscles respond faster and with more force. There's one more way omega-3s support your muscles, and it is particularly important as we age. They actually turn on more protein synthesis inside the muscle cells. Muscles are made of protein. If you want to maintain or grow your muscle cells need to be actively making new protein. Omega-3s flip that switch. They signal your muscles to build, to repair, to stay strong. And here's something really interesting. When you combine omega-3s with resistance training, even light resistance training, the effect amplifies. When you add a protein supplement, omega-3s make that protein work even better to maintain muscle mass. It's all about synergy. So where do you get omega-3s? The richest sources are oily fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, but you can also find them in many types of seafood: shrimp, crab, lobster, squid, clams, mussels. If you're not a fish person or you follow a vegetarian or vegan diet, you can still get omega-3s from plant sources. Flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, and soybeans all contain ALA, the plant-based precursor to omega-3s. Your body can convert some of that ALA into the more active forms, though not as efficiently as getting them directly from fish. My advice: try to include fatty fish in your diet a couple of times a week. Grill some salmon with lemon and herbs. Toss sardines on a salad. Make a tuna salad with olive oil and fresh vegetables. If you prefer plant sources, sprinkle ground flax seeds on your yogurt or oatmeal. Add chia seeds to smoothies. Snack on walnuts. And if you want to be sure you are getting enough, especially if you do and eat fish regularly, consider a high-quality supplement.